What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome to another TCG video on my channel. In this video I'm gonna talk about my League Cup experience this weekend. I went through a League Cup with Lycanroc GX and Zoroark GX. These are partners in crimes and they actually worked out pretty well. As you can see from the video title, I got into the top 8 and I'm gonna tell you all about my experience this weekend. The League Cup promo this week was it is Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher has been seen play in some decks like the Heatmore Raichu deck, which I talked about in a previous video, actually in the episode from last week. And if you want to know about my deck in particular, this is the exact same list I talked about in the deck profile video before, so it'll be in the description below and you can also check it out at the end of the video. So this is the deck I started with. I'm gonna talk about every single matchup across the board here. There were 29 players in total in this League Cup and we are gonna talk about the first matchup. I was playing against a good friend of mine. I played against him before. I actually never lost to him before, and he decided to play Buzzwole together with Carbink Break and Garbodor. This Garbodor pretty much screwed up my entire setup here because Trade got cancelled out, Bloodthirsty Eyes got cancelled out. So the thing here, in the first game, I actually needed to only take 2 more prize cards, but he got the better of me thanks to Garbodor. And my field blowers, yeah, I did not draw into my field blowers in time, and he actually got the better of me thanks to using Carbink Break, using that Diamond Grift attack, and then putting energies on Buzzwole and get the last KO. Also, Buzzwole hits for weakness against Zoroark in the early game, so that was not fun at all. And yeah, Garbotoxin with that shutdown, and I did not draw into those field blowers. I actually lost that first game, which didn't feel too good. Next game I actually got the best hero. I got a lot of enhanced hammers out, got rid of their strong energies and stuff, and actually did quite well. Got my field blowers in time. Garbotoxin did not do that much. I only needed to pick 1 more prize card and poof, out of nowhere, time got called and actually lost because I could not take my last prize card in the turn where time got called, and we only got 3 more moves, and yeah, I didn't got the win here, so I was at 1 loss so far. So Garbotoxin still doing a lot of shenanigans, definitely against my deck, and also Buzzwole hitting for weakness did not help at all. Strong Energy definitely helped him out. Choice Band and Strong Energy were his best friends. So next up, I was up against a great deck. It was against Zoroark GX, of course, with EV Line Splash Tender. I do believe he ran Umbreon and Espeon GX together, so he's playing a combination with Zoroark GX. He can trade into stuff, go into Espeon GX or Umbreon GX depending on the matchup. So in this particular matchup, it was not hard at all. I had Lycanroc, I hit for weakness against Zoroark and against Eevee and Umbreon. That was game. Also, the early game Bloodthirsty Eyes made it possible so to knock out early game Eevee so they wouldn't cause a threat later on. And those Zoroark GXs just got one-shotted thanks to that Claw Slash of Lycanroc GX. And late game, I just took my prizes thanks to Dangerous Rogue GX and a Choice Band on a Tapu Lele. So things went really well. I won twice in a row. So that matchup was not hard at all. So I was at 1 win and 1 loss. Next up, I was up against a friend of mine. What are the odds? So one of my really close friends here played Zoroark GX together with Alolan Ninetales GX. I don't have an Alolan Ninetales GX, so I put an Alolan Vulpix here. So the thing here is, game 1 went really great. It was a 50-50 matchup, really close with 1 prize card that we had to take each. And the thing here is I got my last prize card because he accidentally benched an Alolan Vulpix. With that, I could have used that Dangerous Rogue GX for the knockout thanks to him having 4 bench Pokemon and I am having a Choice Band. So Alolan Ninetales GX went down and I got my last prizes. Game number 2. I struggled behind. I didn't got my setup the way I wanted to, and he actually destroyed some stuff with a little Ninetales GX together with the Choice Band. The bad thing is that he ran through all his Guzmas early game. He had to he Ultra Balled away 1, he Sycamored away 1, he used 1, and he actually only played 3 Guzma. And I actually was counting his energies, and he's already had like a bunch of energies into play thanks to Aqua Patch, and also a lot of energies got enhanced hammered away. His DCEs I got rid of them pretty easily, and actually he could not attach anything. All his energies were true, and I actually decided to go with Rockruff. Rockruff together with Corner made it possible. I used Guzma on an Alolan Ninetales with the Luminous Barrier, used it, dragged it onto the active position and used Corner. In this particular case, all his Guzmas are gone and all his energies are gone, so that Alolan Ninetales was stuck for the rest of the game. Time got called and I only needed to wait it all out a little bit. He eventually he was going to win. If he played a little bit faster, he could have won that match, but he was struggling and doubting what to do next because Corner got the better of him. So in that match I won. So I was at 2 wins and 1 loss. Next matchup, it was my worst enemy, Golisopod, together of course with Zoroark, because Zoroark was everywhere. Golisopod Zoroark, it was similar to Tort Recklif's list. I already knew him. It was a Dutch player I faced before. A really great player, has a lot of experience, played for a lot of years, and he was playing Golisopod Zoroark, but he added like 5 grass energies and 4 GCE, so he had more energies than the list Tort Recklif used. And it actually paid out for him. He used Golisopod a lot to destroy my Lycanrocs. And game number 1, it was a really close game. Golisopod GX actually took one shot at my Lycanroc GXs, and I could not struggle here. Game 2, I almost had the dunk. He started with a lone Wimpod. I couldn't get the dunk here. And and that game, Bloodthirsty Eyes was too much for him. I actually used Sycamore and the late game and even double trade to draw all my cards. I did not have a single card left in my deck, but I knew there was a Rescue Stretcher. I used Rescue Stretcher to evolve Rockruff into Lycanroc GX, and then used my Dangerous Rogue GX to knock out a Tapu Lele. So game number 2 went to me. So in that particular case, we start round 3, but time get called and you cannot finish a game, take not 6 prize cards in 3 turns. That is not possible, so I tied. I tied against Golisopod Zoroark, which I was happy with because Lycanroc, I was doubting between using Golisopod or Lycanroc, and I'm glad I decided with Lycanroc here, and yeah, got a tie here, so I was at 2 wins, 1 loss, and a tie. Next up, we are facing Fire. I don't have any Volcanions in my entire binder. I don't usually play Fire, so I was up against a girl that actually did a little bit better, actually way better in the London Internationals. She was actually placed at the 50th place, while I was only at the 280th place out of 781 players. So she was also the best Belgian player that played in the London Internationals, and she played the same deck list, Volcanion Turtonator GX. This is quite a favorable matchup if I say so myself. Lycanroc GX can one-shot with Choice Band, of course. You can just use stuff here, use that Bloodthirsty Eyes, drag something in the active position that got a lot of energies thanks to a Power Heater, and then because they are benching their entire bench with Volcanion EXs, Dangerous Rogue GX actually dealt a lot of damage. I could easily one-shot Turtonator GXs, and that got me game number 1. It was a close game. She only needed to take 2 more prize cards, and I only needed to take 2 more prize cards, but thanks to Bloodthirsty Eyes, I actually got it. I also used Bloodthirsty Eyes on an Oranguru to kill that one, and she had to, yeah, she turned into top deck position, which was great for me. I won that first game. Game number 2 was really close. Each needed to take 2 more prize cards again, so 2 great games. But thanks to an early game Flying Flip, I put around some damage here, if I can show you here. That early game Flying Flip actually won me the game, because with that I could easily one-shot something with, what was it again? I think it was Zoroark, I believe. So Zoroark also was an MVP in this matchup. I could get the one-hit KO, all thanks to Lycanroc and Zoroark. These were actually the MVPs. And at game number 2, she actually used all her Guzmas early game to destroy Rockruffs, which was not a great thing here. Also, she had to Sycamore away one, I believe, so all her Guzmas were gone. 4 Guzmas in the discard meant, oh wow, I'm free. I can use Acerola turn after turn, don't have to worry about something getting sniped or one-shotted on the bench, and that actually got me game number 2. So I actually won twice against Volcanion Turtonator GX, which was a great feeling because now I was in the top cut. I was at 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. So, moving on, we are in the top cut, and I was actually feeling pumped because it's been a while since I was in a top cut and a League Cup, and I was facing Regirock, Brocklet Hill, what else? Lycanroc, yay, my biggest weakness of all time, Buzzwole. So this was the list similar to the one that did really well in the internationals and London. So Regirock, he ran 2 copies of that together with Buzzwole and Strong Energy. So that actually was, he's not playing it with Remoraid and Octillery, I believe. He used Oranguru instead. But the thing here is, Brocklet Hill could get out his Regirock really easy, and with a Strong Energy, Jet Punch dealt enough damage to one-hit KO a lot of my stuff. So this was an unfavorable matchup. He actually got that first turn, Jet Punch to one-shot a Zorua, and dealt damage on a bench Zorua, which meant that this bench Zorua had 30 damage, and then he just used Buzzwole together with a Strong Energy, a Choice Band, and a Regirock on the field to enable, with the Choice Band as well, being able to deal 90 damage in total, and that super effective damage went to 180, and he one-shot another Zoroark here, which was yeah, already sniped thanks to that Jet Punch. So that match did not went well at all. So I lost, and game number 2 I managed to snag a win, which was really great because he actually had an Oranguru, and actually used the Bloodthirsty Eyes on Oranguru, knocked it out, and I actually also used an N. In that situation, without Oranguru, he was in top deck position. He actually had to top deck like 3 turns where he did not draw anything, and the Enhanced Hammer slowed him down so much that Lycanroc GX took the game, one-shot of the Buzzwole GX with my GX move, and also destroyed some other stuff. So it was kind of easy that game number 2 because he was drawing dead thanks to my brilliant play of knocking out Oranguru. Game number 3, this is all or nothing. If I lose, I'm out of the top cut. Actually, I am the top cut, but I'm not going advancing to top 4. And yeah, game number 3, I did not have a first turn Bridget, which was unfortunate. And I couldn't keep up with Buzzwole one-shotting my Zoroark turn after turn with Jet Punch. I used his Broken Hill multiple times to get some Rockruffs into play, but he knocked him out early game. So I didn't even see a Zoroark GX until turn 6, so I was like, oh yeah, things happen. He deserved the win though, and overall it was a fun experience testing out Zoroark GX with Lycanroc GX. I had a blast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little tournament report about this deck. It's kind of good. It's really great against the Zoroark mirror match. Not that great against Golisopod, but it has great matchups all across the board if you're not facing these fighting monsters. So a lot of fighting was being played. In the top 8 we also had Gardevoirs, a Silvally Metal list. Actually there was one Gardevoir list that ran 3 Gallade, which was just crazy to think about. A lot of people are playing fighting just to counter this over popular Zoroark GX. And that's it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, show your support by destroying the like button. You always give me the best support in the world, and I will be seeing you tomorrow with the code card giveaway results here, because I'm still holding the raffle. If you have not entered yet, be sure to do so, and you might just win a lot of code cards. Anyways, have a fantastic day. See you all next time, and I'm out. Peace out.